Testing 1, 2. All right. We're good. And we're back. All right. So, this is the second section of the game. I noticed that there was not a lot of comments in the last vid, so I'm thinking that people just didn't notice because everybody's been pretty much following me every week, so that's great. It's entirely also possible that, didn't get any notice because I released on Monday. And most of the time, I release on Tuesdays. So, going into Carnival Ride, let's see how well this goes. All right, let's see how quickly this gets off track and right down into Funky Town. And you know what? Just with the background right now, yeah, that happened really quick. Oh boy. Background reminds me of a Smashing Pumpkins video from a long time ago. If you don't know who the Smashing Pumpkins are, besides the fact of, wow, I feel like I've dated myself, they were a band a long time ago. They did a couple interesting, they had a decent grunge sound. And honestly, there are people who specialize in music that talk better about them than the small little blurb I've given. But there's this one video where they're on the moon, and it's very similar style of background. It goes from some sort of launching of a dirigible to basically the moon landing and some other things, and then guy and a girl take out a group of aliens with a umbrella, which is about as bizarre as what's going on the screen right now. Honestly, I'd say what's going on the screen right now is a little bit even worse. Knock, knock, who's there? Charlie. Charlie who? Charlie Horse. Is the joke funny if you're telling it to a person who just died? I really gotta know. Because I think in order for something to be funny, you need an audience. Yeah. And I thought that was the entire point of comedy, was to understand your audience and then to make them laugh through relating to them about the absurdity of what's going on. And trust me, what's going on is rather absurd. I gotta retry this. I don't think I can. I tried this level earlier and got a B on it. I want to get higher than a B this time around. I'm trying for an A. I really am. There's just way too much stuff going on with this boss. With all the craziness that goes on in Cuphead, retry that. We can do this. We can get through this. We're 4 minutes in, and trust me, though this seems like 4 minutes, I'm giving you some of the highlights because I played this specific fight for like around 2 hours, and I am trying my best to ace it. I really am, or at least get higher than a B. That is at least gonna be the goal of the first vid. Is I want higher than a B on this stupid fight. I really do. I'm down to 1 hit. Let's at least try and see what we can do with 1 hit. Maybe it'll be like that one fight earlier on in the game where I was able to do all the mechanics except for the health thing. And or I could just die. Yeah. Could just die, there's that. I come to think that maybe the reason why some of you don't know exactly is because I'm having to hit reset so much um in order to get these A's and some things like that. And honestly, um I can understand how that might not make you want to participate, because it's entirely possible I might, you don't know me. As far as you're concerned, maybe I'll screw job you, and it's like, well, I don't want you to win the contest, so I'm just going to hit retry and screw you over, so that way, the numbers come up, you know, not not as close as would have been if I didn't hit retry to the number you want to bet on. Price is Right style on how many times I'm going to die before I reach hell. Well, I've been thinking about it, and honestly, this fight kind of proves it. So, instead of going for how many lives it's going to take me to get an A and everything, we're going to go for how many lives it's going to take me just to get to hell, just to get to King Dice himself. How long that's going to take. I'm thinking I'm just going to try and beat the levels from this point on. Later on, I think I'll probably come back. If I get A's, great. If not, oh well. I understand that it's almost like, negotiating with myself. And like, you're making it so much easier on you. But really, it's for you. It's for all of you. Because I want all of you to, be able to have a fair shot at guessing how long it's going to take me. How many of those you dieds are we going to see? That way, I can feel free to just go through things and die more often instead of hitting retry. And I think that will shorten the amount of deaths, because every time I hit the retry button, that counts as death. Just so you know. So we're gonna try and we're gonna no longer hit the reset button, at least not until we get into hell. That's when we'll go back and we'll actually try and get that perfect score. We'll actually try for that. But there's that. Well, let's see if we can beat this. We've done a couple parries, we've done a couple dodges. And this thing with everything we got. Sheesh. What game developer? Did someone just have a bad day when they made this boss? Because this is one of those where it's like, wow. Old friend of mine used to say, he had a saying that came from a game that we played in at one point. It's like, if you keep that up, you're going to go to the hospital. And it was, because we were in this kind of dark setting involving a bit of a horror mystery sort of carnival situation. It was pretty funny and rather scary as well. But it was well done, and yeah. So if you've ever been at let's see, a friend of mine who works for the former friend of mine who works for the works at the Bridgeview Bridgeview Zoo. They've also been using the hospital thing. So, yeah, I was there when that meme was started. Let's see what we got. B plus. Well, that's that's higher than a B. So we got our goal. So yeah, like I said, contest is still going on, and I'm very excited. So yeah, make your guess. How long? How many deaths? And from this point forward, no more retries for me. So keep that in mind. That's kind of my promise to you. I'm just going to go and basically beat the game up into that point. That's going to be that. I'm not going to hit retry anymore. So that way, the amount will not be messed with. All right. I'll catch you later. And I'll see you next time.